Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. As you all can tell, today we have another fun unboxing and first impression video from the house of Lorga Parfums. Now, as you all know, I've done a few reviews from this house, which was Ambre Platine and Rose d'Anson, which I truly fell in love with Rose d'Anson, by the way. And after that, I kind of wanted to explore more from this house. So they were nice enough to send me more bottles. And so I decided to go ahead and do the unboxing and first impression right in front of you guys. But just because of the fact that they sent me the fragrances doesn't mean that I'm not going to give you guys my true impression. So without any further ado, let's unbox these and see what we got. All right, so before we start unboxing these fragrances, I wanted to also kind of go over the house, which I've done it in my previous videos, but I kind of wanted to go over the house again. So Lorga Parfums is a French perfume house founded in 2019 by three brothers as a family business. In that year, they launched 5 perfumes, as well as those 5 perfumes have a specific meaning for this house, which is called the Noble Nectars collection. Now, after that, they added 3 more new fragrances to this collection, which we have them here today. And also, we have 2 fragrances from those 5 Nectars collection that I haven't reviewed. I'm very excited to find out about those as well. So let's see what we got. All right, so the first one that we're going to unbox here today, it's going to be Nectar Cacheté, because I heard a lot of good stuff about this fragrance and I saw a lot of reviews of this one on Instagram. So I'm excited to see what this one smells like. So let's unbox this and see what we got. All right, so the first thing I wanted to say that their presentation is just phenomenal. I have to say, when I got Ambre Platine and Rose d'Anson, I was very impressed with their presentation. Their boxes are very high quality, their packaging, and also their bottles are just one of the best bottles out there on the market. I just love their bottles. All right, let's open this and see what we got. Let me do it on this side for you guys. So the sleeve comes off like this. Very beautiful. It has this Arabic writing on the side. I don't know if you guys can see it. There you go. There it is. That's pretty cool. I'm telling you, their presentation is just phenomenal. Very beautiful. All right, so I already know what they look like, but I kind of wanted to do it in front of you guys because they look so phenomenal. One thing that's so interesting about this house is that when you open it, you see that the cap, it's not even on the bottle yet. So you kind of get to do that yourself. It's separated. That's just like a very interesting take, the way they did it. So that's how it looks like. I hope I'm not breaking the box, but anyways, it opens up this much. So as you can see, the bottle and the cap, they're separated, and you kind of get to put them together yourself the first time. All right, so let's see. The cap, it's really heavy. It's very heavy. Okay. Yeah, and the bottle as well. And that finish of the glass is unbelievable how clean they did it. Just very beautiful. Love the bottle. And I love the fact that the atomizers are already up front, so you don't have to like turn them around. I usually screw up the fragrance when I do that. But God, I just love their bottles. Very beautiful. All right, let me close this. All right, this is the bottle. As you guys can tell, it's just beautiful, very high quality. And this is the cap. I know I didn't put it on all the way because it's so hard to put it on. You have to push it really hard, and I don't want to do that right now. Very beautiful. God, this is so good. I could already smell back there when I sprayed it. It's definitely a sweet fragrance, but that honey note, I can definitely smell that honey note, and it is delicious, and it's so photorealistic type of a honey. I cannot believe it, how they achieved this. Unbelievable. It almost has this sticky, sugary, dripping honey vibe to it. Like I said, it's very photorealistic. And it's just amazing how they can truly achieve that in a fragrance. Very well done. And now that's opening up more, I definitely get hints of dried fruits in here. I also get this kind of a tobacco accord in here that counterpoints all that sweetness, kind of stops the fragrance from becoming too cloying sweet. That tobacco is beautiful. It makes it warm. It kind of gives it that cozy vibe, but yet sophisticated. I also get a sweet, fruity, sugary note in here, which must be coming from date notes, which adds to the gourmandness of this scent. But remember how I was talking about this sophisticated nuance or aura that I get from this scent, which I was thinking is coming from tobacco, which there is definitely tobacco in here, by the way, a good dose of it as well. But I also get hints of leather and saffron in here because I get this like intimate, bittersweet, soft, yet earthy type of nuances in here, which definitely must be coming from saffron and leather, which is perfect because it kind of counterpoints all those sweet accords in this scent, and it kind of stops the fragrance from becoming too cloying sweet, and kind of gives that sophistication to the scent because again, I don't like too sweet of gourmand type of a scent. I like it when there's some bitterness to it, like it's kind of bitter and sweet at the same time, so it kind of gets balanced out. And that's exactly what you're getting with saffron and tobacco and leather in this scent, which it does that. But yet at the same time, there's this kind of a fresh, airy, white floral, indolic, yet kind of sweet, kind of a nuance in here as well, which must be coming from jasmine that I kind of smell, which it works kind of as like a note connector, like it connects all these like big notes with each other, and it kind of allows them, it gives them space to breathe, so they're not all like packed in each other. It kind of does that. I feel like it kind of allows the fragrance to kind of breathe. And that's pretty much it. It's a very beautiful, sophisticated gourmand type of a scent. So all in all, what you get with this, you get that photorealistic honeycomb in here. It's definitely a sweet type of a scent. It's definitely fruity. You definitely get a good dose of tobacco in here. It has saffron, it has leather, and I believe it has some vanilla in here as well. All right, so next we have Santal Sugar. Now I heard a lot of good reviews about this one as well. So let's unbox this and see what we got. All right, so I'm not gonna go over the box and stuff anymore. The only difference is that the writing is just different. Otherwise, it has the same type of a sleeve. I have to say the only difference is that there's, I don't see that Arabic writing on this one. So that's the only difference. Other than that, everything else looks the same. All right. Just like the other one, the bottle and the cap. I'm telling you, one of the best bottles and caps in the business, just so heavy, very beautiful. All right, so let's spray some of this and see what we get. This is the bottle, and yes, I know I didn't put the cap all the way on. Santal Sugar. So this one is very exotic. It's very fruity. It's also kind of gourmandish at the same time. So I get this tropical, sweet, fruity, aquatic odor profile, which must be from lychee. So there's a good dose of lychee in here. There's also a little bit of citrusy, bitter, and tartness mixed with this sweet, fruity note with a strong rose facet, which must be raspberry and bergamot at play. The opening is very fresh, it's very tart, it's citrusy, but yet it has this kind of like a pink color to it that I imagine, which is the lychee and the berries in here, the raspberry that does that. Very exotic, very tropical smelling, but also very airy and kind of like has that aquatic profile to it as well, which must be from lychee. Lychee actually does have that. And now that's opening up more, I also get this airy, dewy, floral, powdery type of vibe from this, which must be coming from violet. All right, now that's opening up more, I also get hints of coconut in here. Now the coconut, it's not your tanning lotion coconut actually, which I'm very glad. It's actually a bright type of a coconut. It opens up on a bright side. And that's due to the raspberry and lychee note and the bergamot, the citrusy note in there as well. So the coconut, it's kind of in the background. It's not the major player in here. I think the major player are more like the fruity notes, like the raspberry and the lychee and the citrus, and the coconut is kind of in the background. But you can definitely smell the coconut, and thank God it doesn't have that suntan lotion type of vibe to it. Now, some might say it might have some kind of like a shampoo smell to it, but I don't get that. I actually get more of like an exotic, tropical kind of a drink kind of a smell from this. Yeah, I don't get that shampoo thing that some people might say. There's one thing that is very interesting about this fragrance. It is definitely very creamy as well, even though it's sharp and it's bright, but there's this creaminess to it. And there's also this milkiness to it, powderiness to it as well, which must be from sandalwood that I can definitely smell in here. The fragrance is very airy, and that's what I like about it. So the coconut opens up more on the fresh and airy side than more on the earthy side. And what else? Also, some might say that this kind of smells like the magnolia flower, which has been sitting around for a few days. It kind of has that smell as well. And that sandalwood with that coconut, and there's something in there that has almost this like a gourmand, smoky vibe to it, like a cooked vibe to it. I don't know what it is. And it's just very faint, nothing that stands out too much, just faint in the background, which balances out the whole entire scent. But God, this is really beautiful. It's very complex. And that's pretty much it. That's all I get with this. So all in all, what you get with Santal Sugar, it is sweet, it's woody, it's fruity. You definitely get some hints of coconut in here. It's warm, spicy. You get a good dose of like a raspberry, like kind of exotic berries according here. It's powdery. You definitely have a good dose of vanilla in here. It's lactonic and definitely very, very tropical. All right, so next one we have Moroccan Iris. And as you all know, I'm a big fan of Iris note, and I'm so excited to see how the Iris is done in this one. So let's unbox it and see what we get. There it is. Just amazing presentation. All right, so let's spray some of this and see what we get. Moroccan Iris. Wow, this is definitely different. I like it. It has something animalic about it that I like, but this is not your typical iris. I'm telling you, this is not what you would think when you read the name. It's definitely different. They definitely thought outside the box. And that's what I love about Lorga Parfums. They're thinking outside the box. They're not trying to copy any other house when they're doing their iris. They're doing it in their own way. And that's what I love about them. Now, this is, like I said, it's not an iris fragrance. That mixture of iris and cherry makes this fragrance very interesting, very unique, like almost like very odd in its structure, the way it smells. It almost has this like a vintage earthy type of a nuance to it that I can't really explain. Like you have to smell it for yourself. but it almost like the iris and the cherry, they kind of give off this sharp, bright banana accord kind of a thing. Very interesting. So this is a bright, beautiful, sophisticated, complex, and stunning work of art, actually. So this is not iris-dominated scent, as I mentioned earlier. I would say the cherry is stronger than the iris in here, but it almost creates this like kind of like a banana type of accord, as I was talking about. The cherry is very dominant on the opening, but when it's mixed with iris, it creates almost this like cherry candy banana type of a smell, which is very beautiful. And the iris is beautiful as well, but it's not the lipstick type of iris that anyone would expect from the name. All right, now that's opening up, it's becoming more woody, which is coming from cedar. It's definitely powdery. The powdery is due to the use of violet and orris butter. And I think it's the orris butter, violet, cherry, and iris that's creating that earthy banana accord that I was talking about, which again, it's very subjective. Not everyone is going to smell that banana accord, but I definitely smell that. I kind of get this banana accord in here, kind of earthy, vintage banana accord in here. It's definitely powdery, as I mentioned, but there's also this really interesting accord in here, which kind of makes it fluid. So it's powdery, but it's fluid at the same time, and it has that sharpness of santal sugar in it as well. I also get this sweet, white floral, opulent, and indolic nuances as well, which must be coming from jasmine. I get this kind of a warm, spicy sweetness that's kind of coming in, which helps with the gourmandness of the scent, kind of makes it kind of gourmandish, which is cinnamon. It's definitely becoming more earthy, and that's where that antique and vintage type of ore that I was talking about, it's coming from. It's the earthiness that's creating that. But it's definitely modern at the same time. And I also get this nutty nuances in here as well, which helps with that banana accord, with the iris, with the cherry, and the orris butter. I was talking about that banana accord. I think that the nutty nuances that are becoming kind of forward, it's helping with that banana accord as well. All right, next we got Cuir Afina. I'm very excited about this one because I'm a big fan of leather as well. So let's see how this one smells like. All right, and there it is. Cuir Affiné. All right, so let's spray some of this and see what we get. Oh my God, this is right up my alley, you guys. This is so sexy. Wow, it's so smoky. And that leather note and that tobacco to die for. Yeah, this is right up my alley. It's also animalic a little bit too. But yet, it's kind of gourmand at the same time. It has this gourmandish type of vibe to it as well. God, this is so sexy, you guys. Okay, this one so far has blown me right out of the water. It's beautiful. Wow, Cuir Affiné. All right, so this one is definitely gorgeous. It's kind of gourmand, and it opens up with this bitter, sweet leather and savory, nutty note with woody and aromatic nuances. I also get this rich, warm, and sweet herbaceous scent with a note of whiskey, caramel, and hay, which must be coming from a big dose of tobacco as well. There is this warm, comfortable gourmand note in here that makes the scent gorgeous. It is definitely sweet, woody, lactonic, and definitely very smoky. It's more smoky than you get leather in here. There's also something fresh, floral, and citrusy, bitter, and tart that kind of counterpoints all these heavy notes to give them room and space to breathe. This is gourmandish, very unique leather accompanied with notes of rich tobacco, milk, hazelnut, vanilla, and I feel like there is some cashmere on in here as well because I get this beautiful cashmere kind of a texture in here when I smell this as it's opening up more. But I think it's probably the tobacco, leather, hazelnut that it's kind of creating that cashmere type of a texture in here. Very beautiful. Very unusual too, but it's so new, and that's what I love. It's so out of the box, but it works so well. God, I'm so excited about this. I love this scent. It's so smoky. All right, so the last one is going to be Udice, and as you all know, I'm a big fan of oud, so I'm very excited to see how this one is done. Udice. Let's spray some of this and see what we get. Another beauty, you guys. I knew I'm gonna love this. Oh, this is so good. That oud, so high quality, right up my alley. Very animalic. Oh my God. This is gorgeous. God, it's so well done. Very beautiful. I love this. This is also a winner for me. I love it. All right, so Udice, now this, as you guys can tell, is right up my alley. It opens up with a big, high quality dose of animalic oud. Man, this is an oriental dance between oud and rose, but in such a unique and interesting way, totally outside the box kind of a rose and oud fragrance. Very unique. Oh, God, that oud I cannot get over. And I can definitely smell some coffee now and in here as well. So the oud definitely must be from Laos because it has this decaying jungle woods, sourness, dark nutrient-rich soils with animalic waste nuances and exotic leathery touches. Yeah, this is definitely not your typical rose and oud fragrance. It's very different. As I said, the coffee is becoming more prominent. I can definitely smell the coffee in here. It is a complex scent, and I can feel like it's becoming kind of gourmand too. So they're trying to make this also kind of gourmand, and it must be the cinnamon because I can smell that too. There's this like warm, spicy sweetness that's coming in. So it must be from cinnamon that kind of makes it gourmandish. But God, you guys, this is so sexy. So it is definitely woody. It has this milkiness about it. It's powdery and lactonic with a nice dose of vanilla and a beautiful amber body to it as well, which is the backbone of this fragrance. I also get this sweet and herbaceous note reminiscent of hay, tobacco, and honey, which must be coming from Immortelle. It is also very resinous and balsamic as well, which must be coming from amberwood. The sandalwood definitely adds to the milky, powdery, and woodiness of this scent as well. Again, as I mentioned earlier, this is a very unique oud and rose fragrance with very unique usage of coffee, milk, cinnamon, Immortelle, amberwood, and vanilla. Again, it's woody with a sweet and warm, powdery, tenacious, spicy note with this intense dark roast facet from coffee. And it has this sourness to it as well. And it is animalic, which comes from that Laos oud. Alright, you guys, so we get to my video. That's all I have for the first impression and unboxing of these fantastic fragrances from Lorga Parfums. Again, if you guys are trying to get into a house that's very unique and things outside the box, I would definitely suggest you guys to dive deep into this house and try their fragrances. And that's it, you guys. That's all I have. Thank you so much, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon with another video. Bye.